Welcome to MashUp. I'm Corey Amato. He's Andrew Cawthorn. The show begins. We have to be clever every time.
Give us a day off, God.
I mean, it's the day after July 4th.
Yeah, I know.
Start the show. I don't even care anymore. I quit.
Slam Richmond performs spoken word Saturdays at Art Space Gallery. After a tough season of competition, they've chosen their Slam team, which heads to the finals in August. We had team members come into the MashUp studios to answer a few questions and to show off their verbal skills.
Basically, it's just throughout the year, if you win, you qualify. The hottest go against each other.
It's preliminary rounds, semifinals bout, and then final stage. They will funnel 90 teams down to 5. And sometimes a team from Mexico or France, or I know there's a couple of teams coming from Canada. So it's not just your backyard.
Yeah.
The biggest prize of them all is bragging rights. Richmond, Virginia is the hottest spoken word artist in the country.
As she left the house and modeled shamelessly for gossip masterpieces that painted the scarlet letter she willingly wore on. To hell with you all chain, my mother sold no apologies together.
It's a very diverse team as far as race, gender. I think all of us bring a very separate life experience and life aspect to the tables.
Dancing on the tips of his Abercrombie and Fitch lit slave chains, dangling from his tongue, maps the middle passages mirrored in eyes blue within mine, both or master.
Personally, I feel like we are the voice of the world. There's a lot of people who have been, working this 9-to-5, like, white-collar job, like I work from above, and they just want to be like, you know what, I can't stand your ass, and this is why, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But we can get on stage and say that. We can say what you can.
Slam Richmond does writing workshops at 5 p.m. every Saturday at Art Space. The Slam starts at 8:30, and all proceeds from the $10 workshop fee goes towards the cost of getting the team to the 2008 finals in Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, I know it sounds kind of random, but don't worry, the team assured us that Madison has more than its fair share of bars. Here's our act facts for the day. The Thompson and Grace Balcony Concert Series has begun. What, you didn't know about the free shows in the Museum District? Local musicians have signed on to play on Saturday afternoons, so grab a blanket or a chair and your beverage of choice, but hey, lemonade is also available at the show.
I think we were hanging outside and just said it would be cool if we could have bands play on our balcony. We made a list of guys, of bands, so it's cool now because we've got people calling us about wanting to do it.
And it's like a nice mix of stuff because this is like, experimental jazz, and then we'll have essentially pop next time round, and then we'll have jazz again. And Brian Jones is going to play on July 19th, and then No BS Brass Band's going to play a date, and then a piano trio is going to play a date, and maybe a rock band.
Well, I think different bands lend themselves better to, being on a balcony. It's a scheduling thing and a weather thing, and
it's too hot, it's too cold, we're not going to do it. Yeah, Saturday just makes more sense. People use it out and about, just hanging out and stress-free environment. We got lemonade. It's pretty good. I made it. It's got lemons in it. That's my favorite kind of lemonade.
For more info, email rvabalconyconcerts@gmail.com. Today's featured poster is The Punks for Presidents Benefit, Saturday, July 19th, an evening of hardcore punk and thrash, featuring Wheelbite, The Ladies, Rager, The Reticents, and Naysayer. Sounds like a lot of bands because it is a lot of bands. The show starts at 7 and tickets are only $10. Let the headbanging for a good cause begin. Corey, it's been some time since we've had a band in our studio.
Way too long.
Way too long.
But all you music lovers are in luck because coming up this Friday, we'll have a whole new band sessions. Until then, I'm Corey Amato.
And I'm Andrew Cawthorn.
Okay. Sure.
Team members come into the MashUp studios to answer a few questions and to show off their verbal skills. And I swallowed half those words. Slam. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
On to play on Saturday afternoons. So, grab a blanket. So grab a blanket or chair and your drink of choice, and oh God,
It's time since we had a band in the studio.
indeed so. But for those lovely people who love those,
They're called sessions.
for those lovely people who love those,
That's a good
but
band.
what you're. Yeah, nah. Do you know me? Do you know? Do you know me? Do you